A very good evening, everybody. So we'll be starting off with the business session for today. First update is on behalf of the Vice President of Education. So the roles for the next week has been booked by these members. Speakers, DTM Subramaniam, Toastmaster Prashant and Toastmaster Raja. Table topics has been taken by Toastmaster Shiva. MC and G is open, so if anybody interested, please contact Toastmasters Center. The next update, I would say everybody please don't applaud till the end. Okay, so we'll applaud at the end. So yesterday we went to our Division C contest which happened. So we won few awards, so I'll be announcing that. The first award we won Renewal Rockstar, where our BPM has added 20 plus members of renewal, so we've been recognized by the division for that, district for that.
20 plus members renewal or 20 new members?
Renewal.
But total renewal was 38.
38.
38. It still stands at 38?
Yes. Yeah.
What about the rest? Have you been following it up?
Yes, sir.
What is the status?
Let
us not gloss over. Let's get the reality numbers.
They are not ready to renew right now. So
we have to write up.
Yes, sir. Yeah, within this week.
But what is the percentage of retention? It's 80 plus?
83%.
But how many have opted out?
Around 11.
11 opted out.
Yes.
That doesn't make 83.
Yes, sir.
Almost.
According to
because it is not.
according to the base, it's 83.
There is a formula for that, and
if you look at
I understand.
70%.
They have a certain empirical rule for that.
Okay, and second is that we won a membership Bonanza Bronze, where he added 6 members in the month of February 2 months. So we recognized by the division for that.
But have we received the pin?
This is
Received the
It's okay, but we also receive a pin.
that comes from Toastmasters International.
It is from
This is from district.
this. Can you have a look at it? Sorry, it's unusual. Got it. Yeah. It should be shown that way. Olympic medal.
And the third we got Super 7 because last term and this term all the executive members attended this COTP which happened. So we recognized from the division.
I think now we can give
One more update. So last update. So as I told last week that Balaji came second in international speech contest and first in evaluation. Unfortunately, the person who came first in international speech contest couldn't participate in the division. So Balaji got a chance to participate, and yesterday he won both ISC and the evaluation. So we'll be moving forward to the district semi-finals. So
we can give now.
yeah, now we can.
I would like to inform that once international speech contest was won by a person who was a substitute like this, because the one who was selected from that country could not participate, but he was the next person. He went on to win the international speech contest itself. So second is also can be the first.
Yeah, that's all from the business session point of view. Sajini, you can take.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests.
Good evening.
I can't hear you.
Good evening.
Let us make this good evening a great evening by putting our mobile phones on silent. If you haven't done that, please do that right now. I'll give you 10 seconds on silent or switch off so that they don't disturb the speakers. Thank you. After a long time, this role, Sergeant at Arms has come looking for me, and all of you might be expecting. Shiva has come to the lectern. Nice humorous speech he will give, couple of one-liners. I have had enough of that. Today we'll do something else. I'll draw inspiration from our veteran member Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. Right? what is information, what is formation, what is entanglement, what is empowerment, what is summer, what is winter. Just 2 seasons in life, right? You might say one season is my favorite because I can eat mangoes, I can eat ice cream. Another season is my favorite because I don't like the heat. But in life, the real challenge is to take both in the same way, in a balanced manner. Summer or winter, I face it in the same way, right? I don't discriminate between seasons. They will come every year, right? But whether it is summer or winter, I will face it in the exact same manner. And just like summer comes every year, every week our meeting comes, and every week we have to introduce our president. He is a stock market enthusiast who is a BCom graduate and currently working at PwC. His wish is to go on a road trip to Leh and Ladakh one day, and he has served in every role in the executive committee so far and is currently serving as the president of Macon Communication Club. So my fellow Toastmasters, with a big round of applause, please welcome our president, Toastmaster Gaurav.
And thank you, Toastmaster Shiva, for that lovely introduction. So we'll be starting off with the guest introduction, and I see a lot of guests in today's meeting. So I request wherever you are seated, please stand up and introduce yourself to the class. I'll be starting off from the right hand side.
Myself, Prasad Rao. I am running group of education institutions in Bangalore. I stay a little far away from this place and stay in Banaswadi. I come to know this club through some brochure thing which has been distributed in Sophia School. So the last week I have visited, this is my second visit. Thank you.
Myself, Sumeshwar. I stay here only in Srinagar, Bhopal. Basically, I'm in business. I'm a land developer. I'm an engineer, basically. Now I have done my law, and now I'm an advocate practicing advocate. So I came to know about the Toastmaster through one of my nephews. He is a Toastmaster. So then I thought it is like a platform to interact with different people and to understand knowledge, which is very much required for an advocate. So to enhance stage courage, confidence. So all these things are can be achieved here, can be so in that. So I'm running from the Toastmaster. Different 2-3 Toastmaster clubs I attended. So there were some events were going on. I was unable to attend the actual Toastmaster meeting like how it happens. So this is the first time I am coming here. So thank you.
Thank you.
Toastmaster, myself Sharad. This is my second time in the same session. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Sanjana. I just finished my 12th grade. Well, I found out about Toastmasters from various platforms actually. From my college, from my relatives, from like a lot of people that I spoke about. They told me a lot of good things about it, so I'm here to like see what it's all about. Yeah, thank you.
Can I know your age? How old are you?
I'm 18.
18. So we have
It's important.
we have a restriction that should be 18 and above.
Nice, thanks for checking.
Okay, thanks to all the guests. I welcome you all to today's meeting. Oh, I forgot you. Sorry.
I'm Sashikala from Leading Speakers Club. Recently I joined Toastmasters. I just thought I'll explore some more clubs so that I can gain more confidence. I came to in net I saw the number of this today they're conducting. Usually for weekends I'll be going to my native to Chennai. Sometimes I'll be missing the meeting. So I thought during weekdays I'll be attending some meetings to gain more confidence. Thank you.
Welcome. didn't miss any more guests, and welcome all the guests, and I hope you guys become a member soon. I will be jumping off with the minutes of the meeting of previous meeting 1207, and I request Toastmaster Pavani to read out the MOU.
A very good evening, everyone. Here are the minutes of meeting number 1207 held on 3rd of April 2023. Theme Premier League. Word of the week incipient. The business session started at 6:19 p.m. and was chaired by President Toastmaster Gaurav. In the business session, the following points were addressed. President Toastmaster Gaurav mentioned that the club is sponsoring the Parent Corporate Club for the demo meeting, which will be held this Thursday or Friday. Interested members who want to take up any role were requested to contact DTM Udanka for the same. President Toastmaster Gaurav commended the Vice President Public Relations Toastmaster Shivaprasad regarding the quarterly newsletter for releasing the newsletter on time on the website, through the mail and on WhatsApp. President Toastmaster Gaurav commended the Vice President Membership Toastmaster Ujwal regarding the renewals, as 83% of the members have renewed for this term. On behalf of Vice President Education Toastmaster Sanjana, President Toastmaster Gaurav mentioned that except for MC, GE and 2 speech slots, all other roles were open for the next meeting. Interested members were requested to contact Toastmaster Sanjana Prabhanjan for the same. President Toastmaster Gaurav mentioned that Toastmaster Balaji AS will be representing the club at the division level evaluation contest, which is to be held on the 9th of April 2023 at CMS Jain College, Lalbagh Road, and requested the members to attend and encourage him for the same. The regular meeting started at 6:21 p.m. Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Sharani started the meeting with an introduction about the theme and later handed over the charge to President Toastmaster Gaurav. President Toastmaster Gaurav opened the meeting, spoke on the theme and introduced the Master of Ceremonies Toastmaster Ujwal. Master of Ceremonies Toastmaster Ujwal spoke on the theme and introduced the following role takers for the day. Timer Toastmaster Sharani, Accounter Toastmaster Sushruth, Toastmaster Sharani, Grammarian Toastmaster Vijay Upendra, PP Evaluator DTM Udanka. The prepared speech session had the following speeches. Speaker 1, Toastmaster Saipriya, attempting Level 1 Project 3, evaluated by Toastmaster Pavani. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Ajay, attempting Level 2 Project 5, evaluated by Toastmaster Sai Snehal. Speaker 3, Toastmaster Sonal, attempting Level 3 Project 2, evaluated by Toastmaster Shivaprasad. The table topic session was conducted by Toastmaster Raja and had 10 speakers in total. The general evaluation was conducted by Toastmaster Lakshmi. The winners of the week were Best Prepared Speaker Toastmaster Ajay, Best Evaluator Toastmaster Shivaprasad, Best Table Topic Speaker DTM Ramlal, Best Role Taker Tapji Toastmaster Sharani, Best Role Taker MTG Toastmaster Lakshmi. The President closed the meeting at 8:33 p.m., which was followed by the National Anthem. Thank you, and back to President.
Is there any changes in the MOU? If not, I open meeting number 1208. Well, splash of summer. So, if you are from Bangalore, you can sometimes get splash of rainy also during summer time, because you cannot predict Bangalore weather. I can see that it's almost cloudy today also. So, well, this summer, I started realizing that I'm getting old. There is a reason for me to start realizing that. The first one, when I was a kid, I used to love summer holidays. I used to ensure that I was waiting, I was eager for the summer holidays so that I could go outside and play. My schedule used to be wake up at 9 o'clock, go play cricket from 10 to 1, then come back, have lunch, and again go to play cricket at 3 o'clock and come back home at 8 o'clock. So that used to be my everyday schedule during the summer holidays. And when I was a kid, I used to not bother with how sunny it is, how hot it is, because I had that energy and that enthusiasm to play every day. But recently, I started hating summer. I don't like summer anymore. Because if I go out during afternoon times, I'll start getting headache because of the extreme heat, and I start getting very tired. When I was a kid, during summer holidays, I used to go to my parents and force them, saying that, come, let's go out somewhere. And they used to give reasons saying it's so hot outside, you seriously want to go out now. Now if my friends call me, can we hang out during the afternoon, and say it's so hot now, I don't want to come out. I started feeling old. Yeah. The second reason why I felt I started feeling old is I've started feeling jealous towards kids nowadays, this generation kids, because now it's the summer holidays season and all the kids are enjoying, and I'm like, they are enjoying, I'm working. I'm actually, I've grown so old now that I'm actually feeling jealous towards the kids. And just not that, in my society there are bunch of kids who will start playing during 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the evening, and they'll be shouting at the top of their voice. And during that time, I either be in one of the office meetings or I'll be studying, and I'll be complaining saying, such idiot kids were shouting at so loud, I'm working over here. I'm started being that person who started complaining in generations. I'm getting old, yeah. It's just not that. When it comes to summer holidays, the best thing was going to my native, enjoying that fantastic breeze that used to happen in our native, enjoying that mangoes as Sergeant Ram told, enjoying with cousins. And now if I see that during summer everybody is busy, all my cousins are getting married. I'm not saying I want to get married, but yeah, I'm just saying all my cousins are getting married. I'm not able to hang out with any of my cousins because they have their own personal life. But as this summer comes, I started realizing it's very hot nowadays, man. I am done with summer. I'm waiting for winter already. I can assure in 1 or 2 months, Bangalore will start raining again, and then I'll say I want summer. That's how life goes, you know. Once you have something that is actually there, you don't want that, and you want something else, and if you want that, you want this back. So with this, I'd like to introduce the Master of Ceremonies of the day. She is a BCom graduate from Transcend Group of Institutions. She is a mandala artist. She is into music and dance, and that's her go-to therapy. Her dream destination is Australia, and let's see when she'll visit Australia in the future. With this, with a huge round of applause, please help me welcome Toastmaster Pavani.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav, for such an amazing introduction. A very happy evening to all the fellow Toastmasters and my esteemed guests. You'll get to hear 3 new perspectives today. One is the sergeant told you how he treats all the seasons equally, and our president mentioned that he doesn't like summer, but I am here who is a fan of summer. I mean, I like summer. That's it. So because brighter days and warmer weather, pink blossom flowers and trees all around the city, and proclivity to have ice cream every now and then, and it's the season of delicious mangoes. And also sometimes it is the vacation time with friends and families. You get to see glorious views of sunsets and sunrise each and every day, and sometimes it's just sleeping on your terrace, gazing at the stars and enjoying that cool breeze. So this is about summer. It's just the love for this for me from my side is very much unconditional, apart from all the sweats and tans, definitely. And so what do you do? What special do you do this summer? Do you get a new haircut or plan a new diet? If you would ask me, I would say this summer is the great time to jump in and help yourself to get a new skill, something like public speaking. So a notable person helped us to learn this public speaking. That is, he's Ralph C. Smedley. He started Toastmasters in 1924 at YMCA Santana, California. There are 280,000 members across 144 countries with 14,700 clubs. Mekon Communication Club is one such successful club which was started during the summer of 1998. That is, it was charted on 1st May 1998.
We have to correct it here. It's August 27th. Let's not make a mistake.
Okay, that's what.
Sorry to bother you.
Okay, so it was charted on 1st May and it was started in August.
No.
No.
It was started in 1998, August 27th. Charted in May, whatever you say.
Okay.
That is 1999. So because once you start saying that, everybody starts repeating it. That's why I have to interrupt. Sorry for bothering you.
So Toastmasters meeting has 3 sessions, or let me put it this way. We have 3 main seasons here. The first being the spring season, or the prepared speech session. It is very pleasant, happy and peaceful season, as the speakers get the desired amount of time to prepare on a speech on the subject of their choice as per the guidelines of the manual. The second is the summer season, or the heated table topics session. Here all the members are on the hot seat, sweating and their heartbeats thumping, because members will be chosen randomly and will be given a topic to which they have to respond for a minute or two. The last season would be a monsoon, that is just the way monsoon provides nourishment to the crops. This monsoon session, that is the general evaluation, provides thoughtful nourishment to all of us and to the speakers, and proceedings of the meeting will be evaluated by the general evaluator. And just like how there are 4 elements in the universe, that is fire, water, earth and wind, there are 4 such important pillars in Toastmasters, and we call it the TAPG team. I request all the members to explain your roles as and when I call out your names. Firstly, let us have the timer Toastmaster Mamatha.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome, dear guest. Today I am taking up the role as a timer. In timer, there will be 3 times which is we noted. One is the prepared speech, and second is the evaluation speech, and third is a table topic speech. The prepared speech will be 5 minutes, that I will be showing the green card. By end of the 6th minute, I will be showing the yellow card. By end of the 7th minute, I will be showing the red card. And evaluation for 2 minutes, I will be showing the green card. 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will be showing the yellow card, and 3 minutes I will be showing the red card. And for table topic, 1 minute I will be showing the green card. 1 minute 30 seconds, I will be showing the yellow card, and 2 minutes, at the end of the 2 minutes, I will be showing the red card. And my recordings will be given when general evaluator is called upon. Thank you. Back to you.
Now can we have Toastmaster Sushruth, who will be the Grammarian?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. As a grammarian, I'll be noting down all the not so good usage and good usage of words in your speech, and I'll be giving the report when called up. Today's word of the day is heyday. Its meaning is the most successful or popular period of someone or something. Usage: Lata Mangeshkar was great singer in her head. Thank you.
Next we have Toastmaster Saipriya, who will be the accountant.
A very good evening, dear Toastmasters and dear guests. I would be your accounter for the day. My purpose is to make note of overused words such as so, well, but, you know, and. And pause filler sounds such as and er, and also make a note of the phrases and words repeatedly used by the speaker. And in the end of the evaluation, in the end of the session, during the general evaluation, I would give my report when called upon. Thank you, and back to the MC.
Lastly, we have the PP Evaluator, Toastmaster Sai Snehal.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. We all love a good heyday meeting, don't we? There are some certain rules that you all need to follow so that we can ensure that happens. Firstly, avoid talking about sex, religion or politics. Enter and exit only during applause so the speaker behind the lectern is not disturbed. And I also request to kindly refrain talking between yourself during the meeting when there's a speaker speaking, because it disturbs the flow. And keep your phones at silent. I'll be giving report during the general evaluation when called upon. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Let us now quickly commence the first season, that is the spring season, that is prepared speech session. We have 2 speakers for today. Before I call upon the first speaker, I would like to call the individual evaluator Toastmaster Raja to read out the project guidelines.
A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and a warm welcome to the guests. The speaker I'm going to be evaluating today is one of the top evaluators, so no pressure to me. The purpose of this project is for the member to identify his primary leadership style or styles. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of his primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. Notes for the evaluator. The member will deliver a well-organized speech about some aspect of leadership styles. The member may choose to speak his own leadership style or styles in general and their impacts. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. I wish you all the best to the speaker, A.S. Balaji.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja. Our first speaker is an MBA graduate. He is the principal of Achieve School of Education, an interview skills trainer, and a passionate corporate host. His hobbies are traveling and meeting new people. His interest lies in understanding the human mind and its reactions to different situations. The speaker is attempting Level 1 Project 2 with the speech title, My Way or Highway. My Way or Highway. Please help me welcome the winner of Division C contest, Toastmaster Balaji AS, with a huge round of applause.
The kind of pressure I have to give a good speech because I won yesterday is very, very high. Just showing off. This is exactly how I was showing off 1 year back. Someone who was into training and hosting and part-time teaching was given a very, very different, or I think I am allowed to use the word, a very, very weird opportunity. The school I was associated with for the past 12 years as a part-time teacher, teaching just one subject to that one particular class. I had the school's owner call me and get me into the cabin and told, you know what, Balaji, we have an opening for you. My first statement, Pavani, I don't think I'm going to be taking anything in school because honestly, I don't think you can match the salary of the corporate. And the next sentence he said is, don't worry, that will be taken care of. Oh, I know you're joking every time you push me to do things and then end of the day you don't give me money. So you know what, I don't think there is, how can a teacher's role fill in my salary bracket? I'm not really looking for a teacher. Okay, this is very interesting. What are you really looking for, Pavani? I want you to become the school's principal. And in my head and in my body, the kind of confusion and the kind of emotions are just wavering all out. Because I have no idea on how this works. All I know is I've been running away from this person all my life, be it school or college. Principal is coming, Balaji is not to be found. And now someone's asking me to take that up. Definitely a weird feeling. With this weird feeling, somehow I did want to give this a shot. In fact, it was not a pleasant entry for me in the school. All those lovely, amazing teachers who would say, hi Balaji, passing looks. I've been working here for the past 8 years and look at you, who is just come in and taken this over. This is exactly the scenario that I entered in this school, trying to make my work. It was the time for Katie, knowledge transfer from the previous principal, and she came in and told the first sentence, Balaji, it should either be your way or highway. Everybody is going to try and feed random things into your brain, but if things have to happen smooth, you think it through, tell them what they have to do, it's all going to be fine. This was against the very core of leadership for me. But looking at how determined she was, I did let that thought linger in the back of my head. So now this is how my career started. For the first 15 to 20 days, I was literally me being me. I let everybody treat the way they always used to treat me, and I started treating everybody the way I used to treat them. And just the first mess up was enough for me to go back to what the principal told, you should be like my way or highway. Just because of one mess up, I changed my entire personality and the core of what leadership I believe in. And I took her feedback and I went ahead and I executed this my way is highway for the next 2 months. And then I realized I was the only one who was trying to pull this cart so hard. I'm like, you gotta get this done. You gotta get this done. This is how it shouldn't happen. I really need a lesson plan in place. What is happening? Look at the kids going crazy in the field. What are these parents thinking about? Everything. I'm just trying to hold the entire ship and I'm trying to pull it all by myself. And that's when I realized, you know what? I let the wrong thought linger in my head. And I went back to me being me. Me being me always believes in research and statistics. First thing I did is went back to the corporate experience I had and spoke to a few managers on what really worked for them. And they told me the first and only thing, you got to let people be the way they are. It is not about you changing each person. That's just not possible. It's impractical to change every single individual in your workspace. All you got to work on is the ecosystem that people are working in. People work just for two things, pain or gain. And if you're constantly making them through pain, then you have to keep increasing the amount of pain you give them. An easier path for you is show them the path of gain. And gain is so simple. Appreciate people when they do something right. And when they do something wrong, don't question them why they did something wrong. In fact, ask some meaningful questions which makes them realize what they should really be doing. Now this was the first thing that I started inculcated. The term is called service-minded or servant leadership. You get the best out of people when you are their buddy. You get the best out of people when you show them what they can be. You get the best out of people when you appreciate in public, and when you condemn them, nowhere. Because no one's allowed to be condemned. Everyone's got something right, and that's exactly why you've hired them. Be who you are and be the leader who works with the team from the back and not from the front. For the first ever time, I took off the name from all events and started putting in the name of those people who actually work for that event. I removed all those places where the principal had to light the lamp and all of that, and make those people who work for that event light the lamp. Small, simple gestures started making them work. And when my academic director came up to me and she's like, you know what, you are extremely easy on teachers. This is not how school works. And the first question I asked her, ma'am, what time would you exit school last year? 4:15. What is the time now? 5 p.m. There you got your answer, ma'am. You are working for you. Thank you, and over to the Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, Toastmaster Balaji AS, for such a motivational speech. Before I call upon the last speaker for the day, I request the evaluator Toastmaster Jyothi to read out the project guidelines.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. For the speaker of today, the purpose statement is, the purpose of this project is for the member to apply the skills needed to successfully lead in a volunteer organization. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspects of his or her experience serving as a volunteer, serving as a leader in a volunteer organization. Notes for the evaluator, that is me. During the completion of this project, the member has served in a leadership role in a volunteer organization for a minimum of 6 months. The member has received the feedback on his or her leadership skills from members of the organization in the form of 360-degree evaluation. The member has developed a succession plan to aid in the transition of his or her leadership role. About this speech, the member will present a well-organized speech about his or her experience serving as a volunteer leader. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. The style should support the content. The speech is not on the content of the leading in your volunteering organization project. And over to the MC of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyothi. The last speaker for today is a growth marketing analyst in Kalagato. She is an engineer with an MBA degree. She served as a PR chair for Encore 2023. She loves watching movies. The speaker is attempting level 5 project 1 with the speech title, There is no other crow. There is no other crow. Please help me welcome the A2 Area Director, Toastmaster Sindhushree, with a huge round of applause.
Once upon a time, a thirsty crow, was flying over a dry land. For a long period of time, she had flown from a very long distance. She started getting thirsty, she started getting tired. She was searching for a pot of water, and suddenly she was able to see one, or spot one. She flew down to it, but unfortunately she was not able to reach it with her beak. She looked around for some kind of help or support, and she found a small pebble. She dropped it with the help of her beak, but she could see that it did not rise above the level. She did this for a lot longer period of time, one after the other. She dropped each pebble into the pot, and finally she was able to reach that particular level. She drank the water to her heart content and just flew away. How many in the audience over here does not know the moral of this particular story? So it is quite evident that everybody during their childhood read this particular story and knows how important it is for you to come up with some good problem solving nature at the very important or essential period of time. I served as Vice President membership for Eloquence Elixir Toastmasters from July 2022 to December 2022. And for those who don't know, in Toastmasters, Vice President membership is a role where it is essential part of a club leadership team, and the main responsibility is for them to onboard and add new members to the club. And some of these responsibilities include, as I mentioned, adding new members, onboarding them, making their process very easy and smooth, and along with this, maintaining the club membership, accurate membership record, and also discussing about the status with the club president. But every role comes with its own responsibilities and also its challenges. And some of the major challenges that I faced during this particular time was, members were not able to identify the benefit that the Toastmasters gave them, or members were not able to relate why this particular membership fee for this particular thing. Or people were also not able to understand how, by attending meetings and talking in front of the stage over here, how it's going to help you achieve your professional skills or personal goals. And there came a time when people even asked me, Sindhu, I'm an introvert. I shy away from people. How am I going to be a part of Toastmasters? How am I going to gain courage to come and talk over here? Over a period of time, the challenges kept building up, and that is when I realized, just by asking them to join our club, or just by telling them Toastmasters is going to give you, improve upon your public speaking skills, leadership skills, it's not going to favor. I had to come up with my own process where I asked the prospects or the new guests, where did they decide? Would it be a problem for them to commute to the place where the meetings were held? Or was it difficult for them to attend the meetings? Can they give time to the Toastmasters meetings? Along with this, I started asking them, what are your professional goals? Why are you exploring Toastmasters? Or what is the reason for you to join Toastmasters? And once I understand where they came from, it was easy for me to relate with them and ask them what is that they were going to achieve and to speak to them openly. Thus, I started explaining it to them what actually Toastmasters meant, where they would get an evaluator in the regular meeting sessions, where they would get a personal mentor for them to be taught or learned, and etc. I started explaining completely about the Toastmaster, and I started telling them, this is how things are done over here, and you can gain whatever the skill, be it negotiation skills, be it interpersonal skills, be it public speaking skills, or anything for that matter, it is all self-learned. After a period of time, I was able to gain a hold on this particular role. I realized that if you do something very consistently and with a determined, passionate manner, you can master something. But do you think after doing all these skills, upskilling yourself and doing the role to its best, will the journey end there? Of course not. For anyone to become a good leader, you have to know that you have to train others also who's going to take up the role. A true leader is a person who not only upskills and masters himself, but is also a person who can empower and uplift others. A person who shares his knowledge that he has learned over a period of time can also help others to upgrade their skills and knowledges. I always believed in this. The more you give, the more you receive. The more you withhold, the more you lose. That's the same pattern or the same principle that I followed in the Toastmasters also. It could be for my associate, who was also my associate BPM in the club. I started educating him about how to talk to the members, what is the membership form that we have, and also kept him updated about all the members that we were acquainted to. And we made sure every time a guest enters the meeting or leaves the meeting, he was welcomed and spoken. He was never uninformed about anything. He was never left alone. Because it's a very lost world. As soon as you come into the Toastmasters, people could get easily confused of what is happening and what is not happening. I was able to educate my associate. I was able to update my president and tell them what's happening, what's not happening. And along with all this, the most important thing to do is also keep yourself informed about all the awards that district is giving you for adding new members. And be aware of, so that you can, as the club president mentioned today, VPM Ujwal was able to win membership renewal Rockstar Award. Similarly, by adding new members, by inspiring and motivating them, a VPM is also rewarded in the district. So end of the day, what matters is, when you take up a role, you have to not just upskill yourself, but also make sure that anything that you do for the club is important for its long-term survival and longevity. And with that, we shall not only be helping ourselves, but also others. Thank you, and back to you, MC.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sindhu, for that fantastic speech. It's time for us to jump into the heated session, that is the table topic session. Today's table topic master is a BCom graduate. Dance, chess and badminton are his hobbies. He's very passionate about yoga. He's a very fun-loving, kind and amiable person. Please help me welcome my mentor and guide, Toastmaster Ujwal, with a thunderous round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pavani, for that pleasant introduction. A very good evening to all the fellow Toastmasters and my esteemed guests. Apart from Toastmasters, seasons can be the one unifying factor for all of us. It's summertime, and it's safe to say that our air conditioning are on, and our shorts are out, and our sweats are flowing. It wouldn't be wrong to say that whether it's Toastmasters or summers, we are all in this together. As a table topic master for today, let me briefly introduce my role. Table topics in itself a crucial element of the Toastmasters. The main objective here is to improve your impromptu skills by giving you the topic on the spot. This allows you to think on your feet and become a better speaker. It also ensures to improve your listening and organizational skills for all types of conversations and speeches. Practicing these impromptu speech topics can be a great way to build even your confidence level as well. The time allotted to the speakers are as follows. At 1 minute, the timer shows the green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, the timer shows the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, the timer shows the red card. Without further ado, let's get started with the summer season. The first topic is your memorable summer vacation. Your memorable summer vacation, this topic goes to Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Summer vacation. When I was a kid, I was in a village. What you can see in a village, just go to sister's house, because I have 4 sisters who got married in different places very near to Andhra border. I used to go there and spend time. In summer also, we used to learn swimming. There was a small well. Whenever we used to go for swimming, the owner of the well used to chase out from us, because he felt if somebody dies, it will be dangerous for him only. Somehow we used to swim there. Adjacent to swimming pool, there was a mango garden. So after swimming, you know, you will be very hungry. You go there, and somehow even the owner of the garden was also used to come for swimming. Somehow we used to steal the mangoes and eat it. It was very tasty. Anyhow, my dear friends, the things got in a different way. They taste very well. I hope you understand that one only. Now, as we grow, summer has come now. Now, since we are in a professional career, problems keep on creeping one after another. You need to address those issues to take your organization forward. Say, you need to think in a different way to address the issues. You need to change your product each year in order to compete in the market. So this is how summer has come. Say, my room in the factory is facing towards the west. I can see a lot of summer there, but I don't like using air conditioner. Terrific heat. To avoid that one, I have put the plants all around the glass this thing. They are coming beautifully. I enjoy that. Sometimes I go to sleep to enjoy the summer days. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa, for that wonderful response. The next topic is the time when it rained hard and you really wished it stopped. The time when it rained hard and you really wished it stopped. This goes to Toastmaster Vijay Upendra.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Good evening, Toastmasters, and welcome guests. It is in Andhra. When I was in school, heavy rains last, and my father was struck in the office. And my age at that time was 7 years. It's so heavily raining outside. My mother asked me to take umbrella, go to the office, say about 2 kilometers away from my home, bring father back. I felt that I could do it very easily. But in reality, it was an Herculean task. The moment I got into the road, started, then I felt that it is impossible to reach my father's office. And normally, it used to take, say, about 20 minutes to reach my father's office. On that day, I took 45 minutes to reach my father's office. In turn, my father was worried what is happened to me as well as to my mother at home. In those days, this mobile and other things were not there. Myself, I was struggling in the road. My father was thinking what is happening to my family. After 45 minutes, I went and met my father, and my father was happy to see me, and we both came back home because I had my father, so that my confidence was much higher, and we came back home. This one particular incident I remember even till today. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra, for that great response. Next up we have is your first ever trekking experience. Your first ever trekking experience. This goes to Toastmaster Sai Snehal.
Topics master, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I actually don't go to treks a lot, but I used to cycle up mountains when I was a kid, or when I used to take part in these cycling groups and organizations. I used to go and cycle with them to a lot of places, and I would, normally they're called off-roading experiences, and I have done that a lot of times. There was this one place near Ramnagara that we were there. We had gone there, around 30 or 40 of us, and it was in summer, since it was my summer holidays when I was in school. The experience was really terrific, I would say. I remember starting off cycling as slow as possible because I needed to save as much as energy I needed to get to the top. I heard from the other members who had been there before that the climb was about 4 kilometers, and it was not an easy thing. Walking up the trail is a different thing, and cycling up is another whole new level. So as I was climbing up, in the middle, I almost blanked out. I couldn't see. It was scorching heat, and I was completely dehydrated. By mistake, instead of turning to the left, I turned to the right, and there was a big rock, and I thought it would hold me, but it did not. I slipped, and I went back with the cycle. I was not worried about myself because I knew if I fall alone, it's going to be fine. It's just me getting hurt. But there were people who were behind me, and I was very scared thinking about them all the time. What if I hurt them? What if they fall down? But luckily, somehow, God grace, I was pushed to a side where the grass was there. I fell there, and I just managed to injure my elbow and my knee. I scraped them a little bit. That experience taught me one thing very important. It's not about trekking at all. It's not about cycling either ways. When we are climbing up in life, be it leadership or any journey that you're all taking, when you're in a high position or a position of authority, when you fall down, it's not you that's alone falling. There are people beneath you who are dependent or solely responsible, and you take them all down. Maybe be a little more careful next time. Watch your step wherever you go. That'll help you gain confidence, and make sure it's a firm step so that you don't have to be scared about trying to fall back. Thank you, and bye.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sai Snehal, for sharing such a terrifying and a great experience, I would say. The next topic would be beachside or poolside. Which of the two is your thing? Beachside or poolside, which of the two is your thing? This goes to guest Jeevitha.
Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. Beachside or poolside? A pool by the beach is what I would prefer, right? So, what can I say? When he was talking about treks, I was high thinking about the mountains, and the best other place after the mountains are the beaches. The sand, the people out there. Have you observed something? Every time somebody says beach, you just get out of the box that you work in. Like, you forget work, you forget everything. The minute I say Goa, what comes to your mind? Like, it's party, it's like fun. What? What did he say?
Beach,
Beach, right?
the minute I say like Mangalore, people are like, oh, the yummy food, the fish, right? But this word beach itself brings a smile on our face. They say the salt in the ocean and the beach has the qualities of removing the negativity that each human mind faces. Maybe that's the magic that happens. Like everybody out there sitting in front of a beach can never be sad. Even if they're sad, I don't know. We all just laugh, smile, and forget all the worries. So I prefer to be in a beach with my loved ones, having some great tasting food, and when I feel it's too sticky and sunny, just jump by the pool and walk into my villa that's facing it. So that's my answer. Thank you.
Thank you, guest Jeevitha. Even I will agree with your response. Moving on to the next topic. Summer is marked with vacations and kids at home. Do you think it is better that there's school all summer? Summer is marked with vacations and kids at home. Do you think it is better there's school all summer? This topic goes to Toastmaster Mamatha.
I thank Ujwal for giving me that topic. So I prefer in summer kids are not at home, not with me. At least recently exams are over. I dropped them to my mother's place and I came and I'm here alone enjoying my time. With no Amma, I want that, Amma, I want this, Amma, get up, I will do this, do that. So no worries, I can watch anything, I can read. Otherwise, wherever I watch, they'll be like, Amma, no, I don't want this, you give me that. Amma, if you want to read, no, don't read that book, I'll give my book, you read for me. So there is nothing that where I'll have my time with kids around. At least summer vacation is the best where a mother can have her own time. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mamatha. If I had asked my mother, it would be the same response. The next topic for today is your views on technology's impact on the environment. Your views on the technology's impact on the environment. This topic goes to DTM U Bhat.
Mr. Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. After so many light topics, something very heavy thrust upon me on such a heavy topic of technology and environment. I probably our Vijay Upendra would have been a better person to give elicitation on that topic, but unfortunately it has come on me because I am not the right person to probably talk on such a heavy topic as technology and what it can do for environment. Because both are we are always taken up by both these heavy topics. One way is the technology, another way is everybody talks of environment. What happens to the earth today? What happens? Everything is going as temperatures are rising, solar flare up, ozone layer, and what all things have, and floods and everything taking place. Now the question is, what technology can do and what has been doing? Technology is working on it. There are persons in different parts of the world, whether it's in US or India or Europe or everywhere, technology is taking up the issue of environment, trying to do its best. But then it is just a trade-off. Environment is always a trade-off between development and destruction of nature. So the technology has to work as a compromise as to how to, without affecting the development or with the least destruction, how we can develop ourselves, make the something like what's happening in the solar power generation. It's a technology development which helps environment sustainability because there is a renewable energy and no carbon emission. So that is one area where technology is really helping environment. Electric EV vehicles, of course, some people say that the electric vehicles, you are only transporting one kind of pollution from one area to another because the generating power is to somewhere in the power plant. But if EV is supported by solar power generation, probably that could be a good compromise on generation of power and sustainable power environment also. So the way technology and supporting of creating environment and supporting the environment and keeping our environment safe and steady for our future generation is definitely our responsibility. And technology, I feel, that is up to its mark and is trying to do its best so that the technology can help in sustaining environment without unruly destructing the our lowering living standards by any chance. So that way I feel technology is doing its job. Let us see what future holds for us. With that, back to you, sir.
Thank you, DTM U Bhat, and I thoroughly agree with your response. Moving on to the next topic for the day, the best season to propose a girl and why. The best season to propose a girl and why. This topic goes to Toastmaster Dhanush.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. I believe the best season to propose to a girl is going to be the rainy season, because from movies to movies, books, wherever you read, it's a very romantic time, right? Even the songs would come out. It's all in the rainy season, cozy season. That is one of the most beautiful seasons. And we being in Bangalore, our rainy seasons are sometimes makes it even more beautiful. Rainy season. So one particular season why I am very much interested in the rainy season is if anyone has watched The Office, there is one scene which is very particular to me, which I can relate to a lot. So in that particular season, what happens is there's Jim and Pam. They're one of the main characters in the movie, and they propose in a gas station when it's raining. And it's really cool, and it's not an extravagant way of proposing it to someone, right? It's a simple proposal but has so much thought in it. So it's the weather, which is going to be a memorable thing. That is going to be rainy season for me. And back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dhanush. And if you are thoroughly giving this response, I think you have experienced as well. Moving on to the next topic for the day. 3 images that spring to your mind when you hear summer. 3 images that spring to your mind when you hear summer. This topic goes to Toastmaster Sushruth.
Images that
that's come to your mind about the summer.
About the summer.
Exactly.
About the summer, 3 images that comes to my mind every time. One, it's a drumstick actually. Because outside my house we have a drumstick tree. And it's the only thing from which I have got the highest beatings in summer. I used to actually, I'm a very playing kid actually. I used to go in the morning, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock already with my cycle. We used to go play cricket, play football. I used to come in the evening. So yeah, if it's later than 6 p.m., I would definitely get the drumsticks. So I had a very good plan. The second image is of temple. I'm a very typical Orthodox family. I'm a Brahmin. So if I went to the temple and I'm late, I wouldn't get drumsticks. So what I used to do is, if it's 7 p.m. or 8 p.m., I'd go to temple, put kumkum, and come back home. So that I didn't get any beatings. And the third image is obviously the swimming pool, right, for everyone. And that's it. I'm back.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sushruth, for delivering such a fun-filled response. Moving on to the next topic, and also the last topic for the day. Despite vast technological and economical progress, why do you think the depression is on the rise for many? I repeat, despite vast technological and economical progress, why do you think depression is on the rise for many? This topic goes to DTM K Prabharaka.
Depression is on rise.
As in like
society.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I mean, even though the technology is improving, the depression is improving.
Mr. Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. This is as Mr. Bhat says it goes, should have gone to Ujwal. He is more into depression, suppression, more like that. Anyway, the assumption is that the technology is going to make people happy. This is an assumption, and behind the topic itself is that technology brings happiness. And these two, I feel, are not related at all. From that premise, we can start the explanation for it further. So, technology can create convenience to you in the sense that you have a mobile, you can order something, by the time you reach home, maybe it will be there, and you create so many things, and you can maybe they are thousands of miles away, your near and dear ones, you can be in touch at the touch of a button, and all conveniences are there. But does that bring you happiness? Because happiness comes from within. It is not my statement, it is great Gautam Buddha's statement. And happiness is always in the was, it's in the past, it is not right now. And this is also by the great man Gautam Buddha. I quote that just because it's such a topic that is so abstract. So, as opposed to happiness or extension is ecstasy, the joy, extreme ecstasy. The other extreme, downward, the negative side is depression. So you want instantaneous ecstasy, then you have to go for the coconut water served in bar. Instantaneous, like coffee, right? Drink it and then you feel elated, and then what happens out of all this is, next day there will be depression. It pulls you down so much. So you need to have a hangover, that's what they call it. So these are all things that artificially done. But if you want happiness, you have to learn, kind of train yourself to be doing something that brings happiness in terms of learning to do something, doing something you like it, or liking what you do. So, and liking what you do is coming from excellence. So these are a lot of logic I can put, but the Japanese word for putting all these things together, ikigai. So more about it, maybe once you raise the topic once again. Over to table topic master.
Thank you, DTM K Prabharaka, for delivering such a beautiful and informative response. That was a fabulous session, I would say, and with a lot of fun, insights and learnings. So this is it from my end. Once again, let us give a thunderous round of applause for all our speakers. With this, I hand over the charge back to the MC.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ujwal. Let us have a short 10 minutes of networking break. Welcome back, everyone. We had the spring and summer seasons completed smoothly, and it's time for us to replenish our minds in this monsoon session. To take forward this session, we have a person who is a business analyst by profession and a passionate photographer. He is a person who never says no to food and trips. His dream is to go on a road trip to Leh Ladakh. He is the youngest distinguished Toastmaster through Pathways, a record holder at Indian Book of Records, and he is the past area director. He is the most humble person, I would say, who is there for any kind of assistance and guidance at any point of time. Please help me welcome the current Division C Director, DTM Udanka, with a huge round of applause.
Thank you so much for that lovely introduction, Madam Toastmaster, and let's get started off with the session, general evaluation. Our business session started almost 10 to 12 minutes delay. In this session, we had a brief of what roles are open for the next meeting and who all has taken what roles. Awards what we won from the Mekon end in the Division C contest yesterday, and we also congratulated Toastmaster Balaji for winning ISA and evaluation. A big round of applause for the business session and Balaji. With that, we had the opening of the Sergeant at Arms by Toastmaster Shiva. It's nice to see you back as a Sergeant at Arms after a very long time. I really like the way how you asked us to turn off your mobile phones into silent mode or aeroplane mode. That was really great. Though you told you will not be talking about the humorous touch what you have usually here behind the lectern, you ended up having that humor sprinkled along with your speech, which was really, and you also had a normal, proper introduction to the theme, a crisp introduction to the theme which is required as a Sergeant at Arms. One suggestion I have to you, as not to you personally but as a role in fact, is when you are the first persons to start with the meeting. So when you're starting the meeting, you should set it a high tone so that everyone are into enough to start off with the meeting. So a little more energy, a little more enthusiasm if you could bring here as a Sergeant at Arms, the meeting would run very well and your role would be justified. So with that, can we have a huge round of applause for Toastmasters? Next, we had our President, Toastmaster Gaurav. Guest intro done well. Minutes of meeting went well. And the handing over to your address. You, as usual, you were comfortable with behind the lectern. You had your personal story and you had your own touch of humor in your speeches. So that's very well done. Week on week, you're getting comfortable. Wishing you more successful weeks ahead. And then comes our Master of Ceremony. I'll come back to you later with the usual call we have in Mekon. And next was the individual evaluators. Before I call up the individual evaluators, I request you all to take out your phone, spare 10 seconds to vote for the best speaker, best table topic speaker, and wait for other 3 roles. After they give the evaluation, you can vote. With that, I'm hoping that I have most of you have voted for the best speaker and table topic speaker. Let me quickly call upon the Evaluator 1, Toastmaster Raja, on the stage for evaluating Toastmaster Balaji.
Before I start evaluating Toastmaster Balaji, I just want to say, do not change anything, whatever I'm going to say today, because you are in the middle of competition. So I don't want to change anything at this moment. Okay, having said that, delivering a speech is an art. And when you're here, you're a performer on stage. Okay? When delivering a speech, you and the speech, they become one. Okay? And the audience just witness the pure beauty unfolding in front of their eyes. And Balaji, you are an international level speaker. And there is hardly anything for me to really look into your speech and take out of it, like all those items that you can improve upon, right? Your body language, your voice modulations, all of them was like really good. If I have to look really deep and look through the lens, and again, this is coming from me looking at all the international speakers on the YouTube videos and everything, looking at them, the way that they are presenting, from that I picked up something, and I'm going to share that with you in today's evaluation. The first one, the message could have been more impactful. It was servant leadership. You could have added how it changed you or people's lives. It could have been more emotional. When I say emotional, it needs to connect with the audience at an emotional level when you say something. And so that, and it's when you're delivering a speech, it's an emotional journey they go through. And that could have been, I felt could have been better. And another thing is, you are a great person with a lot of humor in your speeches, right? But this time when you're delivering this speech, it was more serious. Going to the emotional state, taking the audience to the emotional state, and then again taking them to a humor, again taking them to an emotional state, that would have been like a different a journey altogether for the audience. So you could have, not necessarily you could have had a lot of humor, but maybe like 2-3 areas where you had that humor. The next one, or the last one, I want to talk about, again looking at the speeches in the international speakers, is your body language was great for here, but considering an international speaker level, right? Sometimes you're adjusting your hair, adjusting the shirt, you're holding the lectern over here. So instead of that, what if you could give a solid body language, right? When you're turning here, or when you're saying something, when you're doing this, it's very sharp, and it is very well delivered. That would have been like even more crisp when you're delivering the message. And another one is, there is a lot of techniques they are using in the speeches. One is the circle technique, where they start with something and then go all the way through the route and then again link it back at the end, or adding a prop. So these kind of techniques is something that you can work upon. Other than that, it's a great speech. So all the very best for your speeches, and thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja. One announcement from our president saying Toastmaster Balaji has won the division contest. I know Balaji is in more pressure now. So with that, as a role as a general evaluator, I'm not supposed to evaluate the speaker, but to evaluate the evaluator. Toastmaster Raja, I have one suggestion for you with respect to while you are reading the project guidelines. Do not call out the speaker name when you are reading out the project guidelines, because that takes away the MC's introduction to the speaker. When you mention Toastmaster Balaji, people loses interest to listen who's the next speaker, what's an intro about the speaker. So you're taking that a little limelight away from the MC, so don't. This is not only for Raja, any evaluator who's coming on behind the lectern, as a general suggestion for you, do not have the speaker's name mentioning in your when you are reading out the project guidelines. So next we had Toastmaster Sindhushree evaluated by Toastmaster Jyothi. Can we have the evaluation, please?
Once again, good evening to all the Toastmasters and guests, and particularly to Speaker Sindhushree, Toastmaster Sindhushree. Now that was a very wonderful speech. The content, the flow, the confidence, the clarity of the speech was amazing. Toastmaster Sindhushree, you conveyed the message in the story form, which made us, like, you asked us what was the moral of the story. And that is what the speech also said about what would be the end result of the speech. Like, you spoke about the role that you took up, what were the challenges that you faced, and the way, like, you identified the issues and what changes you could have made. So that was very clearly told upon, that the changes you could make. So you excelled at making all this clear in your speech. A few suggestions to what you may work on was your eye contact and gestures. you had a very good content where you spoke about all that you had experienced in your journey working with the volunteering in this organization. So your eye contact, speaking with your gestures, at what impact it made. Like for example, when the people came with their concerns, when you asked them why you are joining, so you could look at each one's eyes and ask what was happening to you, why did you join. So the person would connect to what you were saying, and when you started understanding what they wanted, so again you could have looked at them and said, maybe the distance is far away, I want to be a good speaker, or whatever those things. If you could have made the gestures, it would have increased the depth of you and the speech that you were giving. And to challenge yourself, my suggestion would be on your vocal variety to stress on the importance, your speech had this consistent and determination. It is so very well said. If you are consistent and your determination is there, you will go a far way. So if those words were stressed upon, and also when in the end you spoke about to take up a role is not for yourself, your own self, but for the entire team and the organization. So if there was the weightage on those words, those sentences, the takeaway would be much more greater. But all in all, I like the genuinity in what the content said about your dips and the highs and how you overcame whatever was not working. That was very much appreciable, because here at Toastmasters we also learn that to be successful we have to fail, and when we fail we do get succeed. So some of us tend to put up that everything is very good, we are very good, we have to show that we are the best. But your speech really made it you can be here and then you can go up. So all the best, Sindhushree, and I would look forward to hear more and more speeches from you. And back to the general judge.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyothi, for the evaluation. Toastmaster Jyothi, the feedback what I'm going to have for you is a little critical, just don't go. So, Sindhu's speech being a level 5 speech, what I've observed in your evaluation is, you mainly focused, you more stressed upon her vocal variety or the gestures or the eye contact, which is almost covered in level 2 or level 3. You spoke a little bit on the content part. So being a level 5 project, if you could have focused more on that and little on the common areas, that would be really good for the speaker to improvise for the next speech. So if you have a little critical evaluation, if considering Sindhu being one of the longest Toastmaster now, and she is delivering a level 5 project, a little more critical evaluation would make a speech better for the next speeches, and even your evaluation would be more effective. With that, before I move on, I would request both evaluators to confirm me if you have received the evaluation form way before in hand.
Yes.
Thank you. So can we have a round of applause for both the speakers and both the evaluators? Moving on with, before I call upon the table topic master or the topics master, I would like to hear it from the tag team, their report, starting off with the timer, Toastmaster Mamatha.
That timer report goes like this. It's welcome by Sergeant at Arms Shiva. It is 2 minutes 5 seconds. President address by Gaurav. It is 8 minutes. Then introduction to the Toastmaster of the evening. It took 12 seconds. Then report on the previous meeting. It took 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Master of Ceremonies. It is 9 minutes. And Balaji AS, he spoke about 7 minutes and 42 seconds. And Raja's evaluation went till 3 minutes and 29 seconds. Sindhushree's speech went on till 5 minutes and 57 seconds. And Toastmaster Jyothi, she evaluated till 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Table topics by Ujwal, he took 12 minutes. Break time was 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you, timer Toastmaster Mamatha. Moving on with the next role, our counter by Toastmaster Saipriya.
Moving on to the counter report, here it is. Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Shivaprasad, flawless. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Pavani CR, flawless. Timer, Toastmaster Mamatha, 3 hours. Our counter, Toastmaster Saipriya, that's me, flawless. Grammarian, Toastmaster Sushruth, 3 hours. PP Evaluator, Toastmaster Sai Snehal, flawless. Speaker 1, Toastmaster Balaji AS, flawless. Evaluator of the Speaker 1, flawless. That's Toastmaster Raja Prasad. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Sindhushree. Repeated this phrase was going to give you 2 times. And evaluator for Toastmaster Sindhushree, Toastmaster Jyothi, flawless. Table topic master, Toastmaster Ujwal P, flawless. Speaker 1, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa, 1 hour. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra, 1 hour. Speaker 3, Toastmaster Sai Snehal, flawless. Speaker 4, guest Jeevitha, flawless. Speaker 5, Toastmaster Mamatha, flawless. Speaker 6, Toastmaster U Bhat, flawless. Speaker 7, Toastmaster Dhanush, flawless. Speaker 8, Toastmaster Sushruth, flawless. Speaker 9, DTM K Prabharaka sir, flawless. General Evaluator Udanka, flawless. Thank you and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saipriya, for that report. Moving on with the next role, Parliamentary Procedure Evaluator by Toastmaster Sai Snehal.
General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and guests, thank you for not making it a Mayday meeting, but rather a heyday meeting. There was no mention about sex, religion or politics completely, but there was one mention about religion and religious places. I would request to not specify or go into detail, but rather stick to the outset so nobody is hurt. But apart from that, there was no walk-in, there was no phone rings and everything. The meeting was a really great one. Thank you and bye.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sai Snehal. Next, I have the Grammarian Toastmaster Sushruth.
As a grammarian, it's both good and bad day for me. Bad because I couldn't list out much good words, and good because I couldn't list out much not so good words. One not so good usage is what is happened. Instead, the speaker could have used what has happened. And good usage is extravagant, instantaneous ecstasy, ikigai. And 2 of our members used word of the day in this speech. One is Toastmaster Shiva and another is Toastmaster Sai Snehal. That's it, and back to the
Thank you for that report, Toastmaster Sushruth. So, I have one suggestion for Tab G role in specific, whoever is taking the role from next time. Just like how we witnessed a couple of weeks back, there were few introductions made to the role so that people listened to that, or creatively they were introduced to the role, or just like how Toastmaster Sai Snehal presented the report today, not Mayday and not a heyday, something like that. So if you can implement that and slightly creatively represent the role or introduce the role, it would be much better for even you as a role taker. You will learn something new on how to introduce it creatively, and as an audience who are listening there will also have a little curious what exactly that role is into if there are new members or the guests. So please make sure that is taken care from the next meeting onwards. Moving on to the next role, topics master, that is Toastmaster Ujwal. I like the brief introduction you gave of the session in the starting. I really like the way you trick people by pointing out someone and calling out someone. That was really nice covered, I'd say, because when you were pointing out to someone, okay, now Toastmaster Shiva is called, okay, let me relax. So suddenly you point out someone else, that would bring a spontaneous charge for them. That was really great there. And I like the way you had the topics, a mixed set of topics you covered the fun, you covered the imagination, you covered our memories, and even some few technology or fact for that matter. So you kind of covered all the way like a 360 round of topics. So that's a really well done. I have two suggestions for not Toastmaster Ujwal, but in particular as a topics master. One, for majority of the speakers, you said thank you and then you moved on. So instead of that, you could creatively say something like you took a fun way to address the topic, or the spontaneous way to address the topic, something like that. Or you could connect one topic to other, or pick some few lines or few words from the topics, whoever is giving the topic, and then connect it to the next topic, so that we have a connectivity and a flow of the session also. So if you can work on that, that would be really great. So I think I've covered everyone except for the Master of Ceremonies. So before I move on to Master of Ceremonies, I would like to ask you all to take out your phone once more, spend another 10 seconds to vote for the remaining roles. Hoping most of you has voted for the best role takers. Moving on with the Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Pavani. I like the way how you nicely introduced the Toastmaster movement, connecting to the theme, the splash of summer, or the seasons, in fact, the 3 seasons or the 3 sessions rather. So it was a really nice way to connect the Toastmaster movement and connect. It was a creative way to introduce the sessions also. As a Master of Ceremonies, you have, as said one of my very own member, Toastmaster Ajay, you have to make sure the speakers are in limelight and not in the limelight. So that was very well done in today's session. But one thing I observed in your session is when you came here on the lectern for the first time, your enthusiasm level was too high. But as in when the meeting proceeded, it kind of decreased. The enthusiasm level, or the way you introduce the speakers, or the creatively introducing, that came a little down, and you stick on to the main introduction. So if you could work on the creative way of introducing the speakers or the role takers and maintain the increase the throughout the session, that would be really great for your session. But that does not take away from the wonderful sessions you have conducted. Can we have a huge round of applause for the role takers? With that, I have covered all the role takers. I have 2 suggestions for the XCOM meeting, so that the meetings are well planned and well. One, I know the XCOM committee is working really hard to make sure we start the meeting on 6:15. So I request all the role takers to please come, reach the venue by 6:10, so that we can start 6:15 sharp. Second is, it was a practice before in Mekon Communication Club that the president hands over the gavel to the Master of Ceremony, and Master of Ceremonies hands it over back to the president when called upon. So in this term, we have witnessed at 1 or 2 meetings, again it was left behind. So President, if you could make sure you do it every meeting, that would be really great, because we can bring back the things which we used to do before COVID, that's BC. We can bring back those things here, and let's bring back the glory of Mekon back today. So with that, handing over the charge back to the Madam Toastmaster, Toastmaster Pavani.
Udanka for that outstanding general evaluation. I hope everyone thoroughly enjoyed all the sessions today and had at least one takeaway to take back to yourselves. Summer for me is happy times and good sunshine. Always think happy thoughts. With this, I hand over the charge back to the President, Toastmaster Gaurav.
Before we jump into the results, I like to call our Division C Director because he has some awards to be presented to few members on the club.
Thank you, President, for that. Couple of meetings back, you would have witnessed our own member, distinguished Toastmaster Subramaniam, presenting the ribbon of Home Club, Club Growth Directors ribbon. Today I am here to present Home Club of the Division Director ribbon to the President. I request President to take it.
You have to say why we received it, because you are the division director.
Okay, so
if you don't tell people, members don't understand.
Okay, this ribbon is given to the division directors to give it to their home clubs. Me being a division C director, I'm representing, giving this or handing over this club to my home club, that's Mekon Communication Club. In yesterday's Division C contest, we had our district director recognizing one person per division who has taken an extra mile to help the club or the other areas and divisions in the entire district to make it what productive Toastmaster calls for. And one of the member from our club is being recognized. On behalf of district director, I would like to recognize him in today's meeting and hand over the goodie what he has given for me. With that, I call upon Toastmaster Sai Snehal to receive this.
Sorry, I have to intervene again. This is bad day for me. This is not goodie. It is memento, if you call it. Okay. I think goodie, you said it is for children's, I think, birthday. Am I right? You said goodie?
Yes, because I was told it was a goodie, so I just passed it on to them.
It's a memento.
With that, I hand over the charge back to the President.
I think we should also clap for the division director for a phenomenal show yesterday. So, yesterday as Mekonians, so we were super proud because they're like, oh, Udanka is a part of your club. So I think, thank you so much. I've never heard anything apart from AKP sir is in your club. That was the standard dialogue with AKP sir, someone and you, but correct. These were the only two sentences. But now people are saying, okay, Udanka is in your club. So thank you, Udanka.
Thanks for bringing that information to the table here. And the brand of Udanka and Sai have gone up. Maybe you have also increased the value of our club.
They don't know the names. if first I tell Mekon, then like Mekon. Udanka?
That's the brand. That's the brand image.
Okay, so we'll be jumping off with the winners of today. So we'll be starting off with Tab G, and the best Tab G goes to PP Toastmasters Sai Snehal. Next, coming up with the best MTG goes to MC Toastmaster Pavani. The best table topic speaker, it goes again to Toastmaster Sai Snehal. Best evaluator for today, it goes to Toastmaster Raja. And the best speaker for today, it goes to one and only the best division speaker, Toastmaster Balaji AS. Thank you everyone for coming little earlier than last week. I can see that next week we have 3 speakers, so please ensure you come on time so that we can end like how we ended today, 8:20. So.
And, I think if there are 3 speeches, we start bang on 6:15.
Yeah.
Whether the people are members are present or not present. think, but that's the way only.
At least I request MC to come on time. Because of not that we can somehow do something with MC. With this, I closed meeting number 1208 and I request everyone to raise for national.